Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Hope everybody's keeping well. So today I find myself out on this BMW R1300. So this is the second time I've actually taken the new BMW 1300 out. So the first time was about a month or so ago. I'll put a link in the description down below. Click on up here if you want to go and have a look at that. So when I took that bike out at the time, I've got to say I wasn't immediately blown away by it, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, I came away from that demo test ride thinking, yeah, I wouldn't upgrade. It sort of really didn't float my boat. So that was that. I sort of put that bit to bed and I was really happy with my 1250, and in fact I still am happy with my 1250, so I'm not looking at changing it at the moment whatsoever. However, I'm now on this bike, so it's been kindly lent to me by a mate of mine. So what I thought we'd do, let's just park up somewhere and I'll just take you through the specs of this bike very quickly. This is not a review of the 1300 GS Trophy. This is just a quick ride out, bit of entertainment. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around and hopefully I'm not going to drop this bike, because it's quite an expensive machine if I do drop it, because it's actually got Metzeler Karoo tyres on, which I'm just getting used to. I'm more of a road street tyre man myself, so I'm just getting used to these tyres because they do feel a little bit different. So yeah, let's go and park up and we'll just have a look at this bike, go briefly through the specs, some pricing, and go for a bit of a spin. So without further ado, as we always seem to say, let's go and park up and have a look at the bike. But I think before we do anything else, I'm just going to pop into the garage and put some fuel in this bike, I think, because it's only got 29 miles left in the tank. That is nice and easy to find. Keyless fuel cap, there we go. Bit of that, bit of this. That'll do. Have a good day. Cheers. And maybe cue some music or something, who knows. Woohoo! It goes really, really well. But more of that in a moment. Let's go for mode wise. I've gone from Dynamic Pro to Enduro Pro, riding and talking at the same time. It's not very easy. Anyway, so I've got those Karoo 4 tyres on, and I've got to say I am not an off-roady kind of guy, as no doubt you can tell. What I'm going to do is just pull over and just stop the engine. There we go. Don't upset the horses. Yeah, I'm absolutely no off-roady kind of guy. At all. That's not my thing. Bit of gravel. And lock the back brake. Woo, yeah, goes all right. Right, I think what we'll do is park up here. There goes the camera. Let's just park up here and go through the bike. So here we are then. This is a very nice BMW R1300GS Trophy. So I think what we'll do is I'll get my little bit of paperwork out and we'll just go through the specs. How does that sound? Hopefully it sounds good. This is the very nice GS 1300 Trophy. So the UK base price for this, it's the TE version, and it is £17,830. But this one is going to set you back about £20,725. Yep, so it's quite an expensive machine, and this pretty much has been stripped back to the bare bones. So the guy that's got this, he does a lot of off-road stuff. He does the TET sort of through Europe. He goes away jumping over logs, down country lanes and all that kind of stuff. So he's quite a progressive rider, both on and off the road. And I'm going to say no more than that, actually. So this is his bike, and as you can see, you know, we've got no rear pillion pegs. He's taken all the stuff off for the luggage mounts on the back there. There's no radar cruise control. There's no electric screen. We've got the standard screen on there. So it really is a bike that's been cut back to the bare bones for weight, so he can chuck it around and go over logs and things like that. And this is actually wearing Metzeler Karoo 4 tyres as well. So what does this bike come with then? So those Karoo tyres are a road legal knobby tyre. I think that is the best way to describe them, and that's how they're described on the Metzeler website. So this bike has got the Enduro package, which is going to set you back 600 quid, and that gives you the crash bars. You've got some bar risers on there as well. There's the bar risers up there. And you've got, what else you've got? Yeah, you've got nice shorter brake levers as well, which is great because I've got small hands, which is lovely. And then you can adjust I think the footrests, you can adjust the footrest height as well. And the gear shift side is adjustable as well. So we've also got these very swanky forged wheels, and they're 490 quid. And as we said, they are sporting the Karoo 4 tyres. So this bike is also sporting the sports suspension, which is going to set you back 340 quid. So it sits a little bit higher, but I'm 5'9", 32-inch inside leg or seam measurement, whatever you want to call that. And I can't quite flat foot it, but tippy toes, very comfortable, not a problem. And there is no centre stand on this. We've just got the side stand, and I've got to say the side stand is actually really easy to find. Yeah, slightly squarish kind of design, but really easy to find. And then bringing it all up, we have the dynamic package, which has got the quick shifter or shift assistance pro, whatever the BMW call it. So yeah, so we've got the shift assistance pro, and then at the front, just scoot around to the front, we've got the upgraded Brembo brakes, which are wearing the rather nice flashy red BMW branding on them. So all in all, it is a very serious machine, and it's rather quite nice actually. So that's all the bits and pieces on this machine. I still don't know whether I'm a great lover of the headlight, but maybe that's something that will grow on us. But what I will say is, I mean, that bike just it just sort of wants to, it growls at you really, doesn't it? It looks quite scary. Yeah, so I think BMW have been quite cunning with the new design. It's certainly going to appeal to a younger target audience. It's got youthfulness written all over it. What else can we say? Yeah, I've already gone through the bike on that previous video, which again is up here somewhere. We've got a power socket in here. The screen itself is manually operated, very simply like that. Nothing too difficult there. And there's nothing on this bike that actually doesn't need to be on the bike. And then, as we said, we've got the bar risers, which I find really comfortable so far, and then the electronic suspension, front and rear. And as we said, the bike sits on slightly higher suspension for the better ground clearance. BMW have removed the on-off button from here. It's now been relocated to the right hand instrument cluster up here. Keyless ride, so the key just sits down in here with a USB charging port down there as well. And that pretty much, yeah, standard switchgear for BMW. It's not backlit, yeah, should be backlit, but there we go. And the guy's put different mirrors on it. Yeah, he's got different mirrors. Hello. And you've got this rubber kind of texture on the tank, which is quite nice. Don't know how durable that's going to be, flowing down into the seat, so it all looks good. So we've got the brand new engine covered in this Teflon kind of coating, so it's going to be really easy to keep clean. And the gearbox, as you all know, sits on the underside, so the engine is slightly shorter, and then the frame goes over the top there, a bit like that, to keep the engine in situ. And then we've got a subframe bolted onto the back. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. That engine then, revised new engine, pushes out 145 horsepower or something like that. However, this engine is slightly different, as we will find out very shortly. The ECU on this engine has been actually reflashed, so it's now putting out 165 horsepower, which is why it makes me giggle a lot. Yeah, I might just get used to that light, not sure. Right then, 165 horsepower. Yeah, so I'm 5'9", and can I get, yeah, sort of, I'm on tippy toe with my boots on, so yeah, on tippy toe, but yeah, it's not a problem. So enduro mode, slide the back, yeah. But I'm not an off-rider. I'm not off-rider, off-roader. Basically don't know what I'm doing. Get rid of all that. I know all about that on the screen. But it's really comfortable standing up. I think what makes it is the pegs as well, really nice. But the bike feels really good. Ah, yes, that's fun. Right, let's go for a bit of a ride. So this bike is running the Karoo 4 tyres, so I'm still just getting used to those. It does feel slightly different. A little bit of noise from the tyres, but no more than that really. But the whole package itself, with that higher suspension, is, yeah, it's really good. I mean, it is very flickable. As much as I don't want to say it, is yeah, it does handle better than mine, even, well, not even with those knobblies on, but you just feel it's a lot tighter package. The riding position is really nice, the seat's comfortable, certainly with these bar risers on, very pleasant riding position. And I've got a short rally screen on mine, so I don't mind a little bit of wind blast, that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, the handlebars, nice spacing on the handlebars. Yeah, really nice. Brakes are excellent, suspension's nice. But I will say the gearbox, so with the quick shifter, it's almost like the pedal is disconnected from the gearbox, so a bit like the Triumph actually adventure bike. You you select the gear, and it's sort of like it sends a message somewhere else, so there's a little bit of a pause. So whereas my 1250GS feels like it's directly connected to the gearbox, whereas this one, it feels like you're just sending it a message to the gearbox or somewhere else to go and change the gear. So yeah, I don't know how many miles this one has done, but mine is really quite smooth actually, but not through first to second. But yeah, there's just a little bit of a disconnect. That's the only way I can describe it. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's not a bad package, is it? Not a bad package. I just don't want to change my bike. Maybe that's why I was a little bit negative on the other one I took, but this one, but that one only had 145 horsepower, whereas my one, I don't know how much mine has got, but mine was Hilltops, and I didn't really notice a massive difference with the engine. But this one, dearie me, if I could swear on YouTube I would do, but I don't want to just bleep it out. But this is absolutely bonkers. It really is nuts. It's, yeah, and I'm running the guy's running the Carrero 4 tyres on it, which, yeah, I'm not used to them, but yeah, running those tyres. But yeah, the engine's very nice, very nice. Yeah, overall it's a lovely package. Still should do backlit on the instrument cluster on the switchgear here. They should still backlight those. But the pull from this engine is very nice, very nice. Am I tempted? Yeah, but my wife would kill me, so I'm not tempted really. I'd like to get to my retirement if possible. But yeah, it's a very nice package. Certainly now with what the chap's done on it, with the suspension and all that, but it is like 20 odd grand, as we said earlier on. Yeah, it's a quick machine. Even slow riding is not a problem with this. It really is, you know. Second gear, there's nothing behind me. Second gear. Let's get it right down, sort of on tick over. There we go. 10 miles an hour, and it just pulls. There we go. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, I don't like to admit it, but yeah, it's a bloody good bike. It really is. But I think the way it's been set up, I think if I was gonna change, but I'm not, because I really like mine, I might just wait for the 1400 or the GSA with the big tank. If I was going to change mine, I think, yeah, these bar risers, really nice on there, if that's part of the Enduro kit. Really nice. The pegs are nice. It's got the rally pegs on there, or the Enduro pegs, whatever they're called. It does just feel really, really good. Very comfortable. I think you do a lot of mileage on this, and I wasn't sure how comfortable that seat was going to be, but the time I've been riding it, yeah, it feels supportive as well, whereas mine feels soft and squidgy and lush and luxurious. This one I think will do the same job actually, but obviously if you've got one of these bikes and you've ridden it for long distances already, put some comments in the comment section down below. I don't want this to be a long video, because it's really just sort of coming out on this bike and just yeah, just showing what people are doing to their GS's, their 1300s. Yeah, and not like I'm just doing, have them as a bit of a garage queen really, you know, out for a Sunday ride. I don't quite do that, but yeah, most of us, I think we just sort of keep it on the tarmac stuff, don't we? But some people like to actually use the bike as a tool and not as something they've invested a lot of money in and don't want to crash it or bin it, you know. But other people will use the bike for what it is supposed to be used for, and the owner of this bike is happy to jump over logs and all that kind of stuff, happy to bin it, kind of, I reckon. It's got plenty of it has got a massive giggle factor to it, huge giggle factor. It's actually quite nuts now. It's almost like the bike that maybe BMW should have brought out to start with, 165 horsepower. Well, that's it folks, we are coming to the end of the videos. Thanks very much for the owner for letting me take this bike out, very nice. So my final thoughts then on this GS Trophy 1300. I like the suspension, I like the brakes, like the handling. What is there not to like? I pretty much like everything about it. Yeah, the bike is stripped back to the bone, but it's had those packs on it that we said on the walk around video there. I just still got to get used to these Karoo 4 tyres. But yeah, the only thing I don't really like, I still don't like the quick shifter. You've got a bit of a whine from the gearbox located under the engine, and the switch gear is not backlit. But other than that, married to this engine which is now banging out 165 horsepower, man, that is one hell of a giggle factor. It really is. And it's got power right from down below where we're doing 10 miles an hour second gear, and then you've got to hang on. My bike's been Hilltop reflashed and whatever, and I thought that was rapid. My bike I still think is more rapid than the standard 1300. However, this is just in another league. It really is in another league. And it's got lots of giggle factor. So that's it. I hope the video has been of some benefit to you, a bit of light entertainment, that kind of thing. I really like the bike, but I'm not an off-roader, and I guess this would be wasted on me because I'd end up crashing it because I'm not an off-roader, but I could always learn. The standing position is very nice as well, very comfy. Yeah, really good. Nice feel to it. So I'm back on my bike now, and I've got to say, yeah, this bike is still a good bike. I mean, my engine's been Hilltopped, as has that 1300 that we've been out on, and this bike is still damn good, you know. But ergonomic wise, I think I prefer the way that the 1300 is laid out. For me, just feels more tight and more direct, but man, this is still a good bike. Anyway, there we go, back home, go and walk my dogs. Cheerio, bye. Still like this bike, still like it. Still like it. It's still a good bike, you know, especially with a Hilltop. But that 1300 with a Hilltop, whoa, wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.